What's going on, YouTube? Essentially, a place we show Mr. A&D back here with another Wednesday Night War. And of course, joining me is not Deion Sanders for prime time.
What's going on, y'all? It's me, the PRIME.
So we are here, got the Wednesday Night War. Obviously, this is coming to you guys a little bit late. I always try to do Wednesday Night Wars coming to you guys on Thursday. Me and Prime just got, a little bit busy and taken away with it. And Beach Bash was on Wednesday. So not only do we have Edge coming to NXT on Wednesday, but we also had the first AEW wedding between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. So how did that wedding turn out? And we also have a surprise attacker on AEW Dynamite as well. So a lot of things to get up into real quick. So let's start off with NXT this week. So we're still at the Dusty Classic. We got Undisputed Era and Ciampa and Thatcher tonight. We got Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai against Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. And then we also have Lucha House Party against Legado del Fantasma. So we start off the night with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez taking on Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. And this matchup, now usually if this was like at the beginning of the round, I thought these ladies was going to get squashed, but they actually made me believers at one point that they was actually going to win the matchup. There was a point where Kaden Carter, she hit the modified salt of the year. Is that what MJF calls it? When he like when you're between the ropes and he has you in the legs, he puts like in a pile driver.
No, I forgot what he calls that. It's not Salt of the Earth is the submission.
Okay, well, she does that, and then Case Cat Zero goes up to the top rope, and so they're on the top man. So it came close to winning, but no, it comes to where Case Cat Zero, Kaden Carr's on the outside, the Kokai goes into the steel steps, and then Case Cat Zero tries to do like a jump up Hurricane Rana, but then Raquel Gonzalez turns it into a one-arm power bomb and beats Casey Cat Zero for the win here. So they are moving on. They are still my picks to win this tournament. How did you feel about the first match?
I thought it was bad, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it was just a lot of miscues. I don't know how much stuff they edited out of the actual uh YouTube or whatever doing. They had a lot of miscues, a lot of like bad spots, and a lot of like missed communications. Like they weren't gelling well.
Which T wasn't gelling well for you?
No, I'm talking about like both of them chemistry is like together.
No, okay. I'm pretty sure it's probably because it's the first thing. And Raquel Gonzalez is still learning how to work with other people. Like so, like her and Ripley are cool, so they were friends and stuff like that. But maybe she didn't work with Kids Cat Zero and all that other stuff. So I forgot to mention there was a point on the outside where Kids Cat Zero climbs like the beam fixture and does a crossbody from the top. That was kind of cool, but still wasn't enough to get the win. Austin Theory is now taking on Leon Ruff with Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano's on the outside being the antagonist. And then finally, Leon Ruff goes to the outside, does a little Eddie Guerrero move, act like Johnny Gargano hit him, and then Gargano got tossed in the back by the referee. And so now it's just a one-on-one between Ruff and Austin Theory. Ruff goes back inside, hits a springboard cut on Theory for the near fall, but Theory gets out. Austin rolls outside, and then Ruff goes to dive on, but gets caught and dumps into the barricade. And then he throws Ruff back into the ring and hits the ATL and scores the win over Leon Ruff. So I like that they keep putting Leon Ruff on television, but he's back to where he probably should be, jobber ways, right?
I hate that this is a low key upset because Leon Ruff is a former champion.
You know what? When you look at it that way, yeah.
So it's an upset,
Do you think
technically.
people
But
forgot about the whole Leon Ruff North American Championship thing?
if I wasn't doing this review, I probably would have. So yeah,
Fair, fair enough. We get a cool video package explaining about the woman who trained Xia Li and Boa. Apparently she's thousands of years old. So you got to really suspend your belief because we're going back into the very gimmicky stuff about wrestling.
I think if you're gonna do that, you should have it be a good wrestler. Not saying that Karen Q is not a good wrestler, but they should be somebody that like is like really good, not this person that's that they kind of built up and then got injured and then they got to build up again. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Quarterfinals, we got Lucha House Party taking on Legado del Fantasma. High octane match here, back and forth action, of course. There was a point where the Lucha House Party, they do I don't know the different names of Legado Fantasma, but they was on the ropes, and Grand Malik walks like the tightrope and does a Hurricane Rana to them actually on the ropes to the outside and crash into their partner. I thought that was, first of all, not only scary, but they end up pulling it off really cool. That was good. So Dorado gets back in there. His goes for Hurricane Rana on one of them, but I think it's in Mendoza. It's a blind tags, and then they caught Dorado with the running kick for the win. So Legado del Fantasma does move on, and I don't know who they're going to hit face next week. I'm not sure. Oh, well, you know what?
MSK, I think.
MSK. Okay, well, I think MSK got that win. MSK versus Legado del Fantasma should be a pretty good matchup. Because don't they got are they gonna have the finals at Takeover?
I would assume either the finals or like the whoever wins get the title match. So
okay,
one of the two.
So we have next up we have a Pete Dunne and Finn Balor promo as walked down to the ramp, and they're talking about, I guess they're getting ready for the matchup for Takeover. But then all of a sudden we have a surprise that Edge, the Radar Superstar, has arrived in NXT, and he comes down there and he's telling everybody how he loves NXT, how he's been watching NXT. He's been a fan of NXT as long as we have, and he wins World Rumble, which allows him to challenge any champion he wants. We get it, okay, type thing like that. But we have the thing where he says, well, he never won that championship. So depending on what this outcome could be like at Takeover, if he hasn't made his decision yet, which he clearly will by that time, to be on notice between them two. So I thought it was cool, but honestly, it lost its magic a little to me. The whole choosing of the championship. The last time that was actually cool to me was back when Undertaker won the World Rumble in 2007, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had Cena as the WWE champion. You had Batista as the world champion, and you had Bobby Lashley as the ECW champion.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you kind of knew Undertaker wasn't going to go for ECW, but having a top person like Lashley on there, you kind of thought that. I know there's no and that's when they at least thought ECW was like a viable brand, which it wasn't. Now NXT obviously.
Hey, Charlotte challenged for the NXT title last year. Let's not forget that.
She did, but that's Charlotte, not old Edge. Okay, not old Edge. I'm sorry, because I was like, there's no believability, none that Edge would challenge for Finn Balor for the NXT Championship, or even Pete Dunne was doing that. That's not the money match. There are times I believe with Charlotte challenge, Rhea. Go ahead.
I'll be honest. If just this is all fantasy booking, but if it was like Triple H probably wouldn't care about the money, and would more care about I want to see like a solid match between a young guy and the new guy. I think Triple H would pull the trigger, but of course Triple H is not in charge, so of course we get one of the other two. But I think I like the effort of them actually making Edge go to all three shows to make it at least look like he can do either one. Because I think nobody has done that. But I think instantly, like the next night, they just come and just challenge. So
yeah, I do believe the money matches Edge and Roman Reigns though.
I don't think so.
Because he never went against Roman before. It's a fresh match. I don't think Edge and McIntyre is what I want to see.
I don't.
I'll take Edge and Balor over Edge and McIntyre.
Okay.
But I do think Roman is going to be pretty so the money match. Gargano's getting interviewed backstage, and he talks about how Austin Theory's win over Leon Ruff later on the show, and then it calls Dexter Lumis a freak. But then he does not like pretty much what the interviewer is saying about him, and he wants to take her to Regal's office to get fired. So as he's taking her all through the back, he goes to Regal's office, and it's Kushida that's in Regal's office, and then they start brawling, and then obviously it's going to lead to a North American Championship, matchup. We have Jesse Clement, Kamea versus with Robert Stone versus Tony Storm. So I guess she's part of the Robert Stone brand because that went nowhere real quick after Mercedes Martinez left. This matchup doesn't really get going. It goes nowhere because Mercedes Martinez comes out and starts attacking Tony Storm. They get into a big fight. Io Shirai comes down, just looking poses on the corner, looking very sexy. Then goes over and does a moonsault to Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm, taking them both out. So it looks like we're getting a triple threat match at Takeover.
Yeah,
do you agree?
It's weird to me.
It's weird to you? Why is it weird?
Yeah, because I know they haven't built up Tony or Mercedes to win, and I think they're just kind of making this like a triple threat match to go until WrestleMania weekend. Then they're gonna change the title.
I don't even have a takeover during WrestleMania weekend. It's a 2-night event, so they're probably not going to have a takeover.
They might do it like the week after, like they did last year.
Okay, yeah, I want to say because if 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be a 2-night event. So hey, back-to-back live streams. Oh, by the way, for those out there, I do plan on doing a live stream for NXT Takeover for all the pay-per-views. We had a successful live stream for the Royal Rumble, so I want to keep that pace going. You know what I'm saying? So
isn't that Valentine's Day?
Valentine's, it is on Valentine's Day, and my wife already claimed that we in the house, so we ain't doing nothing. Our date night is going to be watching Judas and the Black Messiah on that Friday.
Okay.
Exactly. Since there's no All-Star game in Valentine's weekend, so hey, moving on. Now, hold on. I mean, you may have a love in your life that you want to spend Valentine's with. So,
you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, bro. I'm talking to you. Santos Escobar taking on Kurt Stallion. Bro, you've been waiting for this match for a whole week, prior time. Can you believe that? For the Cruiserweight Championship. And for some reason, during the matchup, Scarlett is up there like on the balcony watching Santos Escobar. And I'm sitting there thinking like, well, Karrion Kross is not going for the Cruiserweight Championship. We know that. So
I hate this storyline. I don't know if he is or not, but on the other side of NXT UK, Jordan Devlin is supposed to be fighting Trick 7.
Okay.
So you know he is definitely not 205 pounds. So
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I don't get it. Maybe are you trying to do a faction, you think?
A faction?
Like Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar, and maybe some, because that makes sense because Santos Escobar already got his faction with Legado Fantasma.
I think they're just gonna fight. I think he might just, I don't know.
That would be something that I don't personally need.
I don't really see Legado Fantasma, then Kross and Scarlett. I just don't want to see all that.
Well, Kurt Stallion hits a suicide dive on the outside, but then
people I don't want to see.
I feel you. Comes back for a near fall. Santos is a Phantom Driver and wins the matchup. I don't understand what the whole Kurt Stallion thing was for. Maybe they just had to find an opponent for Escobar to face, just to face. But to me, it felt like there was really no heat here.
There wasn't. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know why he's even getting a shot. So,
after the match, Karrion Kross comes down and just shirtless with no jeans and comes down and just lawn darts one of the Escobars into the steps and power bombs Medusa into the barricade, and he said time is running out for Escobar. I'm like, why are they doing this? Because I figure NXT championship is where he would want to go, especially since he won it and he never lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dustin, Edge is backstage talking to Karrion Kross, and then he says he's coming to get a title that he never lost, and Edge doesn't want that. Edge says those words sound threatening and words that can be exciting to someone like him, might make him want to come back, and Cross won't want that. Adam Cole, the quarterfinals. Adam Cole and Roderick Strong taking on Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. I thought they had actually a pretty exciting matchup, honestly.
I gotta say, I don't know. Did Ciampa just give up? What's going on?
You said did who just give up?
Ciampa.
Why do you say that? I'm curious.
He let his hair grow out. He looked like 50 years old. His face didn't look good anymore.
Ciampa do look old, bro. Ciampa looks borderline meeting. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. He's like, I don't. He getting that real rugged look onto him.
Yeah, but he don't even get. He don't even look like before he would look like he was like 6% body fat. Now he kind of look like he just don't care.
I can agree with you, but I mean, look, this match gets real cool. Adam Cole hits a super kick to Thatcher. After the superplex by Roderick Strong to Thatcher, there's more action tag in and tag out. Adam Cole's super kick on Timothy Thatcher, and then they try to take on Tommaso Ciampa in the ring on the inside. Roderick Strong hits an angle slam on Ciampa for a near fall. I like to finish the sequence. So Thatcher pulls out Roderick Strong from stopping the pin. Then him and Adam Cole are fighting on the outside. He takes out Adam Cole with a European uppercut, but Strong hits him with a knee. And then as Strong is climbing back up into the ring, he gets the Widow's Bell. After Roderick Strong hits a backbreaker to Thatcher on the barricade, he climbs back up, gets a Widow's Bell, and they win the matchup. So Timothy Thatcher and Ciampa are advancing, and they are going to face the Grizzled Young Vets. And for some reason, I still think the Grizzled Young Vets can get past them.
I'll be honest. Any team that wins at this point, I kind of don't care. I'll be honest with you. I just don't.
You just don't care about the Dusty Classic no more?
No, I don't care about who wins this Dusty Classic because winners got to go for the titles. MSK right now shouldn't be going for the titles. Thatcher and Ciampa, I don't really want to see them with the titles. Who else? Phantasma, I don't want to see them. And the other group of the Griddle Young Vets. If they win, I'll be cool, but I don't want to see them. They'll just be cool.
Okay. I can see him trying to push the Grizzly Young Vets a lot since they came to the finals last year. Just the only makeshift team we got left is Thatcher and Ciampa. And it's a possibility they could really give it to MSK. I would be mad if it's for MSK. They could probably lose the titles, but win the tournament though.
I mean, I just don't. They doing these bad impressions of movies. I just don't like it.
I didn't see them do it yet.
Bruh, they sound like idiots. I don't like it.
No, like I said, I haven't seen them yet, so I haven't checked out any of their promos or any of their stuff like that yet. So I got to check the thing out.
Don't do
it. Okay, I'm
gonna take your word for it. Borat?
Yeah, yes, I have.
I'm like, did you see any promo? Very nice.
Okay. Well, then it's time to move on to AEW Dynamite. So we're here for Dynamite here. Beach Bash in the wintertime. No, Beach Break, excuse me, in the wintertime. But you know what? We still got a great card lined up here. And we're going to start off tonight with the tag team battle royal player. The winning team receives a shot at the AEW tag team titles at Revolution. So, which is the Young Bucks. But the Young Bucks are in the matchup. If the Young Bucks win the match, they get to face anybody they want to face. So these are the teams that's in there. Private Party, The Acclaim, Top Flight, Jurassic Express, Dark Orders, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, Inner Circle, Santino Ortiz, the Dark Orders, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, Inner Circles, Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara, Inner Circle, MJF and Chris Jericho, and the Young Bucks. So it's like the Royal Rumble, the regular Battle Royal. Once one partner gets eliminated, the person can still stay in there, but they're eliminated. So that's like a lot of eliminations to go on for. So we end up getting at the end after Isaiah Cassidy is eliminated. We got Jericho and MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, and who is it? Is it
Or is that Clay?
Yeah, was it both of them or just one of them?
Oh, I don't know their names. It's just one of them. I don't know their names.
Okay, so they do a lot of action here. Sammy is trying to get is trying to double team. Forgot what one of the members of the Acclaim to get is to try to super kick MJF, but then MJF ducks down, and then he gets eliminated. But then MJF gets eliminated. So we have a slew of elimination here. The final ones is Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, and one of the members of the Acclaim. Sammy Guevara gets eliminated, and then that's Jericho, one of the members of the Acclaim. Jericho has the Judas effect on him as he's about to do a springboard inside. Jericho and MJF win the matchup. So they're going to go against the Young Bucks at Revolution. I don't know if I like that.
Revolution. Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's storyline, but
I don't like.
Do you like it or do you not like it?
I don't like it, like in general. I don't. Not in general. I don't.
Honestly, I was
honestly,
like, you can push that. Fuck, you could do the storyline without the tag team titles. And honestly, I was like, I was hoping they push the Acclaim or private parties are heels now. And I was like, why not? So why can't Private Party finally get their match with the Young Bucks at Revolution? We don't need this circle storyline. So I wanted to push Private Party more so to win this matchup. I don't think this has anything good for anybody else in this matchup. Having these
I don't think they're gonna push Private Party to the titles right now because they got a match against Gallows and Anderson for the title.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, even still,
Impact pay-per-view, No Surrender, I think, or one of those.
I feel so you can advance the Inner Circle storyline without putting the tag team championships in there. But I think this is because I don't know how good of a match Jericho cannot keep up with the Young Bucks. He can't.
I don't want to watch that in gym. Like, I just don't want to see that. Like,
yes.
There's no offense to any of them. I feel like I already seen it already, and they never even fought before. But I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree with you on that one. We got some training footage of Jay Cargill working out in the gym. My lord. NXT champion Darby Allin and Sting are out next. They're in the ring to talk about the street fight coming up.
So you just said NXT champion.
I probably did. TNT champion Darby Allin and Sting are in the ring. They're sitting there. We already talk about their matchup at Revolution. It starts snowing in Jacksonville. Taz interrupts some. Team Taz is on the outside, and he says he said they've been punished for their actions last week. Taz said they'll be watching Darby Allin next week, and he defends his TNT title against Joey Janela, which didn't know that was a thing. And Sting gets on the mic and says, you're gonna be here for Darby's match next week. I'm gonna be here too to make sure it's a one-on-one match, Sting. And for Ricky Starks, who said that the icon is gone, when you look into his eyes, we need to take a closer look. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna get it. It's gonna be a very unpopular opinion here. Am I happy to see Sting? Yes, I am, because Sting was one of my faves. I used to love Sting, and especially he's getting a chance at AEW. I hate how much of an afterthought the TNT champion Darby Allin is. He's taking a backseat to this whole thing. He don't barely talk. He don't, and I mean, like, I'm not saying he can't talk or he don't need to talk, but it's like he's almost becoming an afterthought. It's almost like Team Taz and Sting. And every time Darby Allin comes out, Sting is coming out. Every time Darby goes for a promo, Sting is for a promo. Every time Darby got a matchup, it's Sting. And I understand it's for the team. It's a Team Taz storyline, but to me, your TNT champion should not be that much into the background where Cody was so much in the forefront when he was a champion. Brody Lee was so much in the forefront when he was a champion. But
I don't think that's a TNT champion thing. I think that's a Darby Allin thing.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about it? It's like Sting is just taking up all the time. Maybe it could lead to a match between them two, but it wouldn't make sense.
No, I'm just saying that's a Darby Allin thing. Like even before he had the title, he was still like in the background of all the stuff. He never talked. He only did on promos of him killing himself. It wasn't really. He never really was in
But
the forefront.
but before he won the championship, Darby Allin stood out more for the things he did, for his never back down attitude. Even when he was going up against Moxley for the AEW championship last year, Darby Allin did things that stood out more and made himself more at the forefront than I see now from him.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and that's a little a letdown. First time ever, Thunder Rosa taking on Dr. Brent Baker, DMD, with Reba. Going on into the match here, we have a wet. Britt Baker brings out the glove, try to hit the lockjaw as Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker are rolling through there. She hits her with a Death Valley driver on the stage, and then a clothesline, and then hits her with a Death Valley driver in the ring. Gets a near fall, and Britt Baker kicks out. And the Death Valley driver is a finishing move, isn't it?
I don't. I honestly can't remember right now.
I'm about to say, because if it was, that was too many finishes for Britt Baker to kick out of. Especially when there's no title on the line. Reba removes the second turnbuckle, and then Britt Baker hits the backbreaker, and then throws Thunder Rosa right to the turnbuckle. She's clearly out. She's knocked out, and then all of a sudden she hits the lockjaw on her, but she's already passed out. So Britt Baker wins the matchup, and the referee stopped the matchup. So, how'd you feel about it?
It was okay. It wasn't like it shouldn't have been on the special episode, but
I'd rather be a special episode than a pay-per-view, because I would not like it if it was on pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're right. Real quick, do you have the competitors of this tournament?
Which tournament?
The women's tournament.
There's a women's tournament?
Exactly.
What women's tournament is this for?
The women's championship.
AEW or NWA?
AEW.
I didn't know there was a tournament.
They ain't built it up. It's like one side is going to be in Japan and the other side is going to be in America.
When the hell did this happen?
They announced it like a few weeks ago, but they didn't it wasn't like set in stone. I mean, it wasn't like they just gave details on it this past week.
Wow, no, I didn't hear nothing about that, bro.
They ain't even give it like no promo. They just gave it like a match card. So yeah.
No, we can't do that.
They ain't said when it was gonna be. They ain't said where's Aaron at. So we don't know nothing. They just treat their women division terribly.
They doing terrible shit to their women's division. Hangman Page and Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt, is taking on Chaos Project, Luther and Serpentinko. So this is the first time they've been on a team since Stadium Stampede, which, by the way, I picked up on DVD. It came in the mail along with the shirt I'm wearing. So that Double or Nothing show, I get to watch that all over again on DVD. So I'm excited to get some of that good AEW action right there.
Sound like a Teenage Brown Bag special. Y'all know. Y'all remember them things back in the day?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I would say so. I used to go back in the day. I used to go to FYE all the time and snatch up all the TNA DVDs I found. All the ones I found.
Don West used to be selling things hard. Get your brown bag special.
Yeah. Like I said, look, I still watch DVDs. I'm sorry. I know people don't. They stream and all stuff like that, but I can't stream no AEW stuff anywhere. I have Lucha Underground on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know AEW they don't have any footage of their stuff unless it's on DVD or unless you buy it on their Pro Wrestling Tees or whatever, Fight TV or whatever. But
yeah,
they don't have actual network or that yet.
So. Network shit, neither the WWE, honestly. So this matchup, Adam Cole, Hangman's on the apron. Serpentinko tries to grab the leg, tries to go to do the Cactus Jack senton, misses as had a page just like told you. Goes in for the buckshot lariat and hits Serpentinko, but Matt Hardy does a blind tag, goes in there and pins Serpentinko, and is all excited. So, but then Adam Page still raises his hand, so we don't know what's going to happen with that.
See, I know Chaos Project is there to lose, but can you at least make them not look stupid? At least if they want to build them up to be like the guys that everybody can beat, but like actually when they beat them, make it feel like an accomplishment. I wish they could do that.
It's a possibility.
Like with the Butcher and the Blade.
Oh Lord, you trying to make it look stupid.
No, I'm saying like the Butcher and the Blade are a good. They have good matches,
Yeah.
but they still lose. While Chaos Project, they look stupid the whole match. You know.
You right on that one. We get. I didn't see the Jericho MJF cooler full of bubbly celebration backstage.
Oh, I obviously didn't either. I didn't even. Okay.
Okay. But you know what it's time for? It's time for the wedding of Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian, with the best man Miro joining them with his butler Charles Taylor. So they are there with their vows. And guess who's officiating the wedding? It's James Mitchell, the devil himself, is there to officiate the wedding. Vicky Guerrero walks up to Kip in the ring. Jerry Lynn walks Penelope Ford down the ramp to the groom to be. So we get the whole vow. Miro got a whole sleeveless vest suit on with some sneaks. So I'm just like,
you know, that's the same outfit he wore for his wedding.
Wow.
The one that Roman had messed it up with Kate. That's the same outfit.
Oh wow! I did not peep that.
Yes, except for this one, he had the vest closed. The other one had the vest open.
Okay. James Mitchell lets the Penelope and Kip do the vows. Then they give a long makeout session, of course, as gets the bride. And then it's time for the champagne toast, the best man. He wants to toast Kip, tells Charles to give him the champagne. And then he said, but there's one thing he doesn't trust. He said, what's that big box in there? I've been to a lot of weddings, and I'm not falling for that one. So he runs, I was breaking apart the whole box. And I'm like, okay, nothing's in there. He tells him to go clean it up. So as he's cleaning up, for some reason, Miro does not realize that Charles Taylor is handcuffing his ankle to the ring post. For some reason, he is not realizing that. So in the meantime, Charles Taylor hits Kip Sabian in the Penelope Ford. She goes to the cake. I've seen worse cake splatters. I've seen Mickey James. I have seen Lana. I've seen worse. She didn't get the full thing of cake. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want to either, even though I'm supposed to. I'll be like, I'm just gonna be a little bit here and there, and that's it.
But then who comes about the cake? It's Orange Cassidy.
Of course.
So Orange Cassidy's in the cake just looking.
If I was Rusev, I mean not Rusev. If I was married, that would have been the first place I looked. I actually hid in the cake one time.
Exactly, but you know, he wasn't that stupid, remember? So now Orange Cassidy gives him, looks like the Hangman Page finisher to Kip Sabian, and then that's basically
the beach break.
And that's pretty much how it is. So this was the first wedding of AEW. How do you think it turned out? Do you think it was one of the best, one of the worst? Nah.
I don't think we can judge them for having their first wedding, but funny story. I think that's not legit, but they can't really celebrate their wedding, so that's probably their like holdover until they can actually like do it.
Get married.
Yeah, I say that's their holdover. Like they're like, this is our thing for now until we can actually have an official big wedding thing.
Well, you know, I mean, I believe that is possible.
Yeah, because they are engaged in real life, so maybe that serves there, whatever. I mean, it's a wedding segment. What wedding segment is actually good other than
now in history, Macho Man Elizabeth was good.
Kane, I said other than getting a snake as a gift.
Yeah, Edge and Vicky Guerrero was good. You can't forget about the Teddy Long and Crystal Marshall wedding.
Oh, that's the blackest episode.
Let's get married.
Yeah, Bruce.
Exactly. That was so. You know, you can't forget about the was it the the killing of Johnny Bravo and Impact.
Wow, you put that at the top. Uh,
I put it at the top. No, and then you still got the one. What was it? Edge and
the
Lita.
segment was like, and he was just gone. I was like, what?
But those have been entertaining weddings. This one, I'm just like, it was.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
this one was typical. Yeah.
Trent was going to come out maybe. Like I didn't feel as though the heroes really overcame anything in this one. So it's the first one, so it's fine. But like I said, I mean, it's like I'm not saying that Lashley and Lana was the better one, but I'm just saying, there was better entertaining weddings in wrestling history that I enjoyed. It had some good cliffhangers and stuff like that. So this one, when I look back on it, ain't gonna be nothing pretty much in there. Yeah. We get news from inside the NBA that Shaq and Jay Carter will wrestle Cody and Red Velvet in tag team on March 3rd on Dynamite, which Shaq said, I'm gonna hit Cody with the Black Tornado. So that shit was
I
funny.
guess that's like a deep six type of move. That's what I
Shaq
feel
gonna
like.
suck in this match, bro. This match is gonna be trash. That is going to be trash. Y'all gonna put this on primetime television? No, sir. Especially with Charles Barkley gonna make fun of
I'd rather
Shaq.
do it like that than do it on pay-per-view. So yeah. I'd rather have it on free TV than have people pay for it.
We got a lumberjack match. Lance Archer taking on Eddie Kingston. I know what part you're gonna talk about in this matchup.
What part?
It's a lumberjack match. Did you see when Jake Roberts hit Angelico?
Of course I did. What you talking about? Yes.
Yeah, but okay, so this match was breaking down. We got the Butcher bringing in a table, but then what's the Grizzled Bear, Young Bears tag team that they call them? Yeah, I don't know. They speared Butcher to the table, and then they put a blade to the table. Butcher came in, and the teams started attacking each other. On the outside, for some apparent reason, Jake Roberts is going to get him a hit in, and goes to hit Angelico, but when he falls, he trips right over Angelico. He trips right over Angelico, and you can see that he's like tapping on him, like he's laughing himself, like, "Good job, kid. I tripped over you."
We got
two
70-year-old bumps back to back.
I was saying the same thing. I said, "Yo, these men are too old." And Jake Roberts and Tully Blanchard both took a hefty ass bump in the past month. Hey, I'm sorry. The Tully Blanchard one was still more funny to me. He just straight
rolled over. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Jake rolled over Angelico also. So, but I was like, that one shot. I was like, you could just tell he like tripped. Tully just was like, he put so much whatever force he had left in the universe, he just put that in that power driver and just rolls. Some old things people should not necessarily do. But however, Lance Archer is not doing any of that stuff, even when at first when the bunny was trying to come in there just before the table spot, and he tried to give her the his finishing move, but he ends up grabbing Eddie Kingston and then gives him for the blackout and wins the matchup. So that was good. So what you think of the whole exchange? Of course I know Jake Roberts was probably one of your favorite parts.
I think it would have been better if it was like a no qualification match or whatever, but
it was ODQ and a lumberjack.
Not a lumberjack, but just a strict no DQ match. I think it would have been better. Lumberjacks didn't really do much for me other than Jake Roberts getting him some. It could have just been a regular no DQ match for me, and it would have been.
I'm telling you right now, this is how Sting is going to botch when he has a street fight. We go with Taz. Taz will try to put him in that Tazplex. I'm telling you what's happening.
Tazplex? God, it's been doing back suplex?
Oh, can you imagine him putting him in a Tazplex? Oh my God.
I can't even imagine 2005 Sting doing a Tazplex, getting in the Tazplex. And you talking about 2021 Sting?
Oh no, that Tazplex, that will murder him. Main event time for the night, because I missed the FTR video. We have a triple 6-man tag match player, John Moxley, Pac, and Phoenix taking on the whole Bullet Club, Kenny Omega, and the Good Brothers. Kenny Omega hits the V trigger on Pac, tries to go for the one-wing angel, but Pac gets out of it. Then he attacks the Phoenix, who does a nice springboard back kick, and then Moxley comes in there and is wailing on Omega. They go back and forth for a little bit. Omega hits the V trigger on Moxley, but he tries to go for the paradigm shift. But then actually Omega gets for the paradigm shift for his own, pins Moxley, but then Pac goes for a 450 off the top to break the count. Then we get the Good Brothers of coming back inside. This match is really awesome. It's going back and forth. Hits Ray Phoenix with a spine buster. Carl Anderson does, and then they go for the Magic Killer, and then win the match. So after that, Lance Archer's music hit, and they ran down, and then they start beating up, stopping on Omega and the Good Brothers, and then Moxley on his feet to beat up Omega, but then suddenly somebody attacks him with a hoodie, with a mask and his head cover. He takes it off. It's Kenta. Kenta is here, and he has to go to sleep on Moxley, and that was the conclusion of Beach Bash. So Kenta is in New Japan, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about a briefcase that he has to challenge Moxley for that Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't watched New Japan to know what's going on over there.
He's in the Bullet Club.
Oh yeah, well, he according to the Go to Sleep Club.
Well, that's his gimmick shirt, but
yeah,
he it's a long story, but yeah, he won a little briefcase to fight for the U.S. Championship, and Moxley at Wrestle Kingdom pretty much said, whoever wins this match, I'm fighting, and then he attacked him like last week. He attacked him on a New Japan show in Japan, I think, or Orlando, one or two. He attacked him, so of course he's gonna get his revenge. Kenta's gonna get his revenge, and then so I guess now they're actually going to be like he's the actual U.S. champion, because they've been he's been champion for over a year, like a full year, and they never announced it, but now they're going to acknowledge it. And I think next week is Omega and Kenta versus Archer and Moxley. So that should be interesting.
That should be really good. Well, guys, that was the Wednesday Night War. Who do you think won for the week? Prime. I'm going with AEW with Beach Bash.
Going AEW. I'm just gonna say NXT lost. I don't think they tried this week.
Yeah, everybody was clocked out, and I don't blame them. They was clocked out by the NBA. It's about this All-Star game, so it is what it is. But guys, if you guys listen to the podcast, you guys can stay tuned because we're going to finish out the podcast. Or if you're listening to watch us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to notify you when we put up the Wednesday Night War, hopefully every single Thursday. By the time you're seeing this, hopefully you see my Smackdown review as well, as we're getting ready for Monday Night War and put up the podcast stuff. So once again, it's NC Place we chose from staying D and not Deion Sanders for prime time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.